Guys, what's up? How we doing? In today's video we're talking all about holiday from Dior Beauty, and I'm excited. This is an anticipated video for me. I make it every single year. Today we're gonna be doing a little bit of a twist because I usually pick up the square 5-pan eyeshadow palettes, and I will compare it to last year's, but I got so many comments over on Instagram. You are a little bit over that silver and gold them, so I thought, you know what, let's just do a little twist. Let's pick up one of these 5-pans palette, longer palette, and let's get ourselves the cheapest Dior business card holder that you'll ever find. I feel like it's so fun to repurpose these things. I've seen these videos all around, TikTok for years and years and years. Even the Chanel bags, the holiday bags, people make it a purse. This guy specifically could be made into a business card holder because this whole thing comes out and then you're left with an empty, hollow, beautiful card holders. So I'm excited to present this to you. I'll show it to you in detail upcoming in the demo portion of this video. But yeah, today we're gonna talk all about this guy. I also wanted to present just a general swatching of the holiday from Dior. Of course, I went into store, I went into Holt, Renfrew, and then I went swatching. So I have swatches of the whole 5-pan palettes, and you're gonna be seeing that right here. You can see that we get Doré, which is the more golden, and then Nighthawk, which is the pretty much a cool tone palette. Here are them, and then this is what the palette will look like when you take it out of the packaging, the one that I picked up. Then we also are getting a few blushes, 2 blushes. Both of them are a little orangey blush, a little bricky kind of color. These are the swatches of the Doré palette, which is the one that I'm always drawn to. I just felt like it was truly so similar as prior years, so it just did not, I couldn't do it, I couldn't justify it. And then this is Nighthawk. It is also beautiful, very sparkly. The pigmentation seems better than the reformulated quins. If you're wondering, I do feel like these are probably make from talk, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but swatching them, they felt just a little bit more powder, a little bit more creamy, a little bit more pigmented than the new reformulated quins. So those are them. These are the blushes. They did not speak out to me whatsoever, so I didn't even bother to swatch them. Is that bad? I don't know. I don't know, it just looked very boring. And then this is the one that I decided to go with because I just felt like it was stunning. It is a beautiful, very neutral color story. I could see myself using this every single day if I'm in a pinch, if I'm on the go. It's just beautiful. They also had this palette, which is part of their fall collection, so they just bundle it up with the holiday. It is this longer palette. As you can see, it comes in a stunning packaging, very big, with the flowers and everything. It is very pretty. And then they have this beautiful lavender powder, which I was almost about to get, but I don't know, like a few years ago they released it and it had specks of shimmer, and I'm not about that life. I have this one, I really like it. I have the shade medium, which I find to be a little deep, so I don't need it, I don't really use it much. But yeah, this powder is in, just bundle with this whole collection. The essay told me just pick it up, Gigi, because I think you'll like it, but I don't know, I wasn't sold on it, so I stick to what I knew best. And this is a swatches of the bigger palette. If you're interested, they all swatch very nicely, very pigmented. I really like this palette. I feel like the feel is very luxurious. I like the combination of products. I like that you get highlighters in here, so you can do a full blush highlighting and eye moment. So, full face and eyes palette, which is very nice. And as I mentioned, I just went with this one. I just felt like it was the most neutral, the most beautiful out of everything that I saw. I thought that it was unique. I love the little twig for the business holder because I am doing that. I'm just doing it tomorrow. As soon as I'm finished filming, I'm gonna take this whole thing out and I'm gonna have my beautiful casing for my business cards in here. And then I could totally see like a little lip gloss in there, like something really tiny. You know how Dior has those tiny lip glosses? I have those, and just like little tiny things in here. I think it's cute. Anyhow, we are going to move on to the tutorial portion of the video. You're gonna see this in action, and then yeah, we'll just conclude with some final thoughts at the end. I've never purchased one of these palettes from Dior, but I hear really good things about last year, so I wanted to give it a go. So today we are going to be testing out their Ecrin Couture, which is just a beautiful palette. I'm gonna show you inside. First off, it comes into this really pretty packaging. As you open it up, look at these gorgeous. This is a fabric portion on the component, and then you get the beautiful raised 3D Dior right in there. It says Christian Dior. It is nicely embossed, like you could just feel the luxury of this case. I love it. And then when you open it up, this is the colors. Let me actually pull out this thing. We get a dual ender brush in the palette, so we get a sponge tip applicator and then a little brush, which actually looks very nice for travel. Super portable. And then here it is. These are the shades. You can see that they just look extremely wearable, and that's something that I was looking for this holiday collection from Dior. I was just feeling a little over the whole platinum, silver, gold tones that Dior has every single year. So I thought, you know what, let's just do something like this, something very neutral that we can get use of, you know, the rest of the year. Because this whole thing comes out. I don't want to pull it out right now, but it does come out because Deanna from Holt, Renfrew, she sold me the palette and she showed me. So the whole thing comes out, and then you can use these as a business card holder, or I don't know, there's many things that will fit into this palette if you wanted to, because it's completely hollow. So you got yourself a cute business card, you know, case for on the go. Divine. As you can see, we've got a ton of glow going on today. I did a full face of Chantecaille products, which I am loving currently. So I'm gonna share my pics down below. Of course, everything that I'm wearing. I'm gonna bring you just a little closer so that we can work on the eyes. Just look a little bit more on details. I mean, look at these pretty packaging. And here they are one more time. And I forgot to mention that we do get a mirror on the other end, so it is perfect for, you know, touch-ups on the go. Let's just begin. Should we use the brush in here? I think we should, just for you know, just to test it out. So I'm going to just take this brown shade here. I'm going to just swipe that in my outer V, and the brush is extremely soft, and this shade is a satin matte shade, very soft, but I like the pigment right off the bat. You can see that it is a pigmented shade, which I appreciate, so we don't have to do a ton of building onto this shade. If you wanted to just stick to the brown, we have an even deeper brown next, so we'll apply a little bit of that in a minute. But these just applied beautifully. And same, the brush is doing a really good job actually. Not sure I'll get through the whole look with just this, but I think I'm already over that. So let's switch to actual brushes. It's very nice to just have it there if you are going to be on the go. Now let's take a little bit of the cream shade, and I'm going to just apply it in the inner portion. And this shade is very pigmented. It really opened up my eye, as you can see. Now let's just use every color, why not? Let's apply a little bit of this shade. Oh, These are pigmented. This is real Dior pigmentation, not reformulated Dior. I like this beachy shade. You can see that it's extremely wearable. It builds up. Mind you, I'm using a really fluffy brush, so it's not really going to pack up a ton, but I could totally see with just one swipe how it has some pigment. Now we're doing a little bit of a deeper a deeper look. So I do want to take these and just apply it on my whole lid. It's a beautiful color. Oh, how pretty. And can you see how it's really intensifying? So it is quite pigmented, which again, we'll appreciate that. Now I am going to take a smaller brush and I'm going into the deepest shade, and I'm just going to apply a little bit in the outer V and just blend. I think this is like the look I was going for. Just a little bit of a berry shade. I'm gonna take this brown shade and I'm gonna run it on my lower lash. I'm gonna take my BK208 angle brush with the deepest, and I'm going to do a wing. For the inner corner, I'm just gonna wet my brush and I'm gonna see if the first shade will give us a little bit more brightening once wet. Yeah, and it does. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to recreate this on my other eye and I'll be right back. Alright friends, and I am back. My eye look is completed. This is what the eyeshadow looks like on. I really love it. I feel like it is so soft but so wearable. It is very buildable. I love the curation of shades that they put into this palette. I feel like they're very pigmented and they're gonna show up on various skin tones, which we always appreciate. I love the combo with the lipstick. I had on 999 from Dior, which is their iconic red, and I had to take it off. I was mortified because it didn't go with my eyes. So I went and picked up this Dior Rouge Forever in the shade 300, which is one of those transfer proof lipsticks from Dior. This is a beautiful shade. So you can see it's a stunning mauve shade that looks, it's just so neutral. It goes with everything and it stays for years. I feel like this is such a beautiful and just simple color story. I love that the shades are really buildable. They're gonna show up on many complexions. The shimmers in here aren't extremely on your face kind of shimmer. You saw from my tutorial that even this one is just a soft, beautiful, sheeny kind of shade. I think I didn't fill out my hand with a swatch. This is the next one, and can you see that they're very soft, yet they do make a beautiful statement, which I always love when I get a bronzy shade like this in a palette, because these are one and done for me. You apply this all over your lid and this in the inner corner, and then you have yourself a look. So I feel like those shades are always really nice to have. So this is the most deepest out of them, the more berry shade, and then look. Just see how they swatch. They swatch very creamy. They don't really skip. You know, I'm not struggling to build up the pigment. I just swipe and they're so pigmented. So I am very, very impressed with this pigmentation. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I feel like the color story again is just so simple yet so beautiful. So I'm very content with this palette. I feel like this is a better way to go in my opinion. I'm not sure I'll pick any of, you know, those silvery golden palettes. If you have one, then you already have them, you know, and I already have 3 years in a row, so I had enough of that. Down below, let me know if you tried these kind of 5-pan palettes from previous years. Have you tried the bigger face and eyes and lips kind of palette? Have you tried the other formulation that we talked about at the beginning of the video? Just share your thoughts down in the comments. I would love to. Thank you always for watching, friends. I love you all so much, and I'll catch you next one. Bye.